Click the links to support the channel. Send me art or comics or your project. I'll be getting a P.O. box tomorrow when the post office opens again. Gail Simone tweets, "Holy cow, the left can't meme. They, the group of obese, drug-addicted reprobates who literally pay for sex because they are so damn ugly, are trying to dunk on people's looks." Gail Simone is 300 pounds, and she isn't 7 feet tall, if you know what I'm saying. She's not playing for the Lakers. I saw this tweet thread because I follow her on my alt account, because I lose accounts like every 2 months. She was a spicy little girl yesterday, and she can be funny, but then you realize that this group of 300-pounders are making fun of people's looks. Then when you look at the comments, the people commenting about people's looks are either obese or so damn ugly that they scare the horses. I respect that level of hypocrisy or lack of self-awareness. I'm a fatty, and I also make fun of fatties. I fat shame people for their own good. "Hey fatty, put down that burger. You're disgusting. Nobody cares about the tears of a fatty. Walk it off, except you won't. That's part of the problem." Can we take a brief moment to pray for all the fatties in COMICSGATE? I won't name names. I'm better than that. I won't do that. Ethan, Mike, JDA, Malin, Antonio, Nasser, the Comic Book Hut, Donald, Bianca. Remind me of the fatties who I forgot in the comments. I keep saying we need a COMICSGATE diet plan because we don't want to be the gross crew. Maybe we can all fast on certain days or dedicate ourselves to not eating after 6 p.m. We could all do daily weigh-ins or something. Anyway, and I know how lame that sounds, but it's a lot better than being a big fatty, isn't it? Fatty? Anyway, SJWs are the most spiteful, backstabbing people. Gail posted this series of pics of horrific dolls who look like Antifa kids, just low IQ, stoned out of their mind, video game playing types who live on Mountain Dew, weed, and Hot Pockets. And of the three, weed is the least dangerous to your waistline. It's just that when you're high, you're also eating junk food. If you have to smoke, go jogging or something. Don't get hit by traffic, but try to do something physical when you're smoking. Weed is okay, but make it a treat. It's not something you want to do every day. You wouldn't get drunk every day, so don't get high every day. Make it a treat is from a Sarah Silverman book when her friend was telling her she was smoking too much weed, and she said she gave her this little acronym MIAT to make it a treat. It's like something you do every Friday, maybe. Anyway, so you have Gail Simone trying to sell to people while simultaneously insulting them. Don't insult your customers. How hard is that to understand? Cough, cough, pride is a sin. Never get in between people trying to give you money. Gail Simone sells comics. She insults a huge percentage of her potential market profit. And that is why asking me to use your preferred pronouns is a hate crime. Remember to hit like and subscribe. I don't know who specifically you're talking to. Maybe a YouTube channel? I don't know. The Jordan Peterson guy did that thing. Using people's preferred pronouns. It's up to the individual. Should the state, on the threat of violence or force, compel speech? Fuck no. Are you out of your fucking minds? You want the state to compel speech. GTFO. Sorry for swearing. That's all that Jordan guy was talking about. They asked him, will you use people's preferred pronouns? Sure, I will. Of course I will. Me too. Do you think the state should compel through threat of violence? When the state compels something, what do you think that means? It means sending men to your house with guns to hurt you. That's what the state does. He said, I don't think the state should force people through either economic force, jail time, or other means of violence to compel speech. That's intolerable to these Canadian soy boys. I was going to call them something else. They do this kind of disingenuous argument where they sneak in legitimate points and then they sneak in something about pronouns. Isn't it nice to have free expression? Isn't it nice to have a Bill of Rights? Well, kids, you won't have it for long. Anyway, so Gail is attempting to make fun of COMICSGATE edgelord types, but to be fair, she does make fun of Bernie Bros. So credit where credit is due. But she's literally describing people in her audience, fat, soy-filled, video game playing stoners addicted to junk food. Hey, Gail, how are those comics selling? They aren't, because her feminism is cancer. I can't help but notice that your brand of feminism doesn't include uplifting men and boys. It's like you don't want equality, but actually superiority. Good going, douchebag. If I scroll through these comments, there's a bunch of them. Some of them, they're funny. Some of them are funny, but she does that thing where she conflates good arguments with straw man. I saw this. I found my people. Is she talking about Doug TenNapel? Every time I hear him say that, I want to throw up. It's the cringiest thing. It's the cringiest thing on earth. I found my people. He says something like that. I don't watch him that often because, he's smugless and smuggy. But can somebody just throw something at him next time he says that? Just please stop saying that. And that's pretty cool. That's something that could go on Rainbow Brute. God, I hope he doesn't puss out on that because he doesn't want to be labeled misogynist. God, what a skirt. Anyway, if you scroll through these, you get down to where people start jumping in, and I took a look at some of their faces, and at first I was gonna thumbnail through their faces. Thing is, they look like what you expect them to look like. There's a couple of brothers down here who are 300 pounds plus. There's no way of getting around. Oh, jeez, Mr. Grift. I'm not going to zoom in. I'm not going to zoom in on their faces. Is this Debate Me? Is that talking about Nick Fuentes and Ben Shapiro? Ben Shapiro, the midget soy boy, ran away from Nick Fuentes. Because when it comes down to it, Nick Fuentes has the better argument. So as you get down there, I mean, you can go on the shred. This guy, Darren Robinson, dude's about 300 pounds. And then there's another dude down here who's about 400 pounds. My God. And some of these people are obviously transgenders. And, I love transgenders as this dude's also 300 pounds. As much as the next person. No problem with transgenders. I hang out with them fairly often because my buddy is into that sort of thing. I will say, you got to know your limitations in life. And, I get it. You want to be the opposite sex, whatever. If you're short and slim and you got good cheekbones and you can kind of sort of pull it off, hey, go for it. Live your own life. Live your own truth. If you're 6'1" and 250 pounds and you look like a linebacker, it's just not going to happen for you. You got to accept that. Do what you got to do, but if babies are crying when they see you, it's time to stop. Okay, I talk a lot about other people's campaigns in here. They don't endorse me. I don't endorse them. I don't know them. I'm not even friends with any of these people. I talk to them, some of them, a little bit on YouTube, on social media. They're not endorsing the content, anything I'm saying. I know I can be a kind of a spicy jerk. Though someone asked me, they couldn't tell if I was serious, and I replied, I think it was Hikaru. I said, I'm never serious. Ever. I'm not even serious at my grandmother's funeral. That's just the kind of family we come from. So I'm going to talk about people, campaigns, and just don't believe in fruit of the poison tree or anything like that just because I'm a jerk. Anyway, I see a lot of campaigns and people using Kickstarter, and I prefer the layout of Indiegogo. I also like that it feels like the COMICSGATE hub. Also, when you're on Indiegogo and you back projects, you get emails from them and you get updates from Indiegogo, and it's just easier to have all your Indiegogo tabs in one place. And then to have to switch to Kickstarter, I don't like it. So this is I guess this is an old comic. He's bringing it back. Must be off IP, so he's going to bring it back. Looks cool. Looks triggering to a lot of people. COMICSGATE. I know a lot of people are getting burned out on COMICSGATE because Voldemort is sort of an insufferable twat, and I'm a little torn myself between owning the name COMICSGATE and moving on to something new. I don't know, soy-free comics. It's nice to have a name to rally behind, but more important is that we try to stick together. I know that's a hard sell when so many of us are autistic, I'll say bundles of sticks here, though I did write the F word. But, gentlemen, either we hang together or surely we shall hang separately. And it just blipped out of my mind who said that. One of the founding fathers, I'm sure. And I know that 80% of the, well, I said the R word here, I'll say developmental delayed issues is coming from Voldemort. And now that I think about it, why doesn't anyone on his show tell him to lighten up a hair? I mean, I know that you want to sell your books, but don't you have any principles? I will say that John Malin is trying to reach out, so keep that in mind. Keep the lines of communication open. Don't block people. That's what skirts do. Don't be a skirt. Okay, if you made it this far, congratulations. Guys, if you want to design a t-shirt that no one will buy but me, and possibly you, but probably just me, you can send me art for the channel. It's got to be your art that you are free to alienate the rights to completely, i.e. give it to me. Fee simple, I guess. Something that you made, you control. And we'll make a t-shirt. And I will split the profits, all 50 cents with you. Because the stock base price for these shirts that these YouTube people are selling, the shirts that they're selling are $10.57 for the, basic price. And so they're selling these shirts for like $20, $25, and it's just the cheap cotton shirt. So I'm selling them almost as cheap as I can for like $12, $13 or something. So if the channel ever grows, at least one day I'll be able to pay the artists something. Anyway, so you can support the channel by going to Coffee, the Coffee account, Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, whatever. Or buy a t-shirt, my Teespring shirt site. Or you don't have to support the channel, obviously. But you do have to send me art. That's a requirement. You got to send me art. Some kind of art. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next episode.